Hi, I'm here today with Manpreet Joshi from SIA Immigration Solutions, and she's here to talk to us a little bit about the British Columbia Provincial Nominee Program. Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me here.
You're so welcome. So I guess we'll just jump right into it.
Yes.
Can you provide us first with an overview of what the BC PNP is?
Yes, so BC-PNP is a British Columbia Provincial Nominee Program that is designed specifically to get permanent residency of Canada. That is just a pathway. I mean, you still get permanent residency of Canada, but it is for the international immigrants who are looking to settle in BC, in British Columbia, for foreign workers, for international students, and for foreign immigrants.
Okay, wow, amazing. Okay, so is it necessary then to have a 1 year of work experience in order to be eligible to apply to the BC PNP?
That's a very good question. And that brings me to the point to talk a little bit about more into the categories that BC-PNP offers. And the best part of BC-PNP is if you are an international student in Canada who has graduated within Canada, you are not required to have 1 year of experience.
Okay.
Yes,
Wow.
that makes it a lot easier. If you're a foreign worker and maybe a foreign immigrant looking to move to BC and eventually get Canadian permanent residency, then yes, you require not one, at least 2 years of work experience.
Oh.
And then there is another category that is semi-skilled, where you require 9 months of work experience. So different categories require different kind of work experience.
That makes sense. So then, can individuals who have graduated from a different province apply to the BC PNP?
Yes, they can apply, and they can also take advantage of that international student stream where they do not need work experience of 1 year. But I would like to highlight that although the international graduates from BC or from all around Canada, as long as they graduate from eligible program, do not require experience, but BC PNP is job oriented. So you must be having a job offer with eligible employer in BC to apply in most of the categories of
Yeah.
PNP. PNP has other categories now, which we're going to talk down the line, like healthcare, the health authority, and all that.
Okay, that makes sense. So then, what exactly is the BC PNP priority occupation stream?
Yes. So priority occupation is a development of PNP, I would say, BC PNP that has happened over time. BC PNP has been around over a decade now, and I think they have studied the economy, they have researched the changing economy and the needs that our economy has, what kind of workers we need. So based on that, they have brought up a list of priority occupations in which it is easier to get PNP.
Yeah.
You would still need to qualify under one of the basic streams, like you could be either international graduate, skilled worker, but if your occupation is in the priority sector, then you need less points and a more frequent draws maybe.
Okay.
So the frequency they're still keeping same, but the cutoff score is very, there is a huge difference in the cutoff score, because in order to qualify, in order to get invited from PNP, every candidate must score the minimum score at which they're drawing. And the score at which they're drawing is drastically low for the priority occupations.
Yeah.
And the sectors that they have considered in priority, for obvious reasons, construction. They need a lot of construction workers, then be it carpenters, be it even landscape workers and all that. And another priority stream that is, again, obvious is healthcare.
Yes.
So they have, when I say construction, when I say healthcare, it's not that each and every occupation in construction or each and every occupation in healthcare is eligible. They have provided a list. And they have done a lot of research, I think, before issuing that list, because it's based on healthcare, but then also which healthcare workers are in high demand in BC. And then, again, there are other sectors like childcare, wet care, so early childhood educators, early childhood educator assistants. I want to say one thing here, that even if you are not already having a career in these occupations, it is easier to make one. even if you have already graduated and now on work permit. So we're going to talk about
That's
this stuff.
great. Yeah. Do applicants need specific certifications or educational qualifications for BC PNP healthcare or construction occupations, like you said?
Not all of them.
Okay.
Not all of them.
Yeah.
And even if it is required,
Mhm.
it's quite easier to get for some of them.
Mhm.
So that's why I said previously that even if you're not having a career in healthcare already in Canada or in BC, it is easier to make one in some of those occupations and make yourself qualifying not only for PNP. This will also give you a brighter future because this is what they need for the economic growth, and this kind of workers they need. So of course more jobs are available.
Yeah.
So I'll take a few examples. For example, a social and community service worker. That falls under the CPNP healthcare. But no certification is required.
Okay.
No prior education is required. For example, somebody has done, a degree in arts. Somebody has done a degree in mathematics or diploma or business diplomas. But they have this job offer from BC employer. And, based on their English level, based on their, experience and other stuff, if they're scoring enough, they can get invited.
Amazing.
Yes.
Wow, great news. Are additional points awarded for French language proficiency in BC PNP?
Yes. So as I was talking for the priority occupations, for example, there is an international graduate. They have graduated from BC or from other parts of Canada as long as their as long as their program is eligible. They can apply without experience. But when we apply without experience, sometimes we do not meet the cutoff scores, specifically for the students who are just, who were grade 12 or high school from back home and has just done a diploma, undergrad diploma in Canada. In that case, they can work on French as well. And if they score CLB4 in both languages, they can actually score 10 extra points.
Amazing.
And, as I was previously talking, so this is where that privilege that international students get over foreign workers, that they can apply without experience.
Yeah.
And more you move towards the outer skirts of the BC, out of the, Metro Vancouver area, you get more points. So in Metro Vancouver area, if you have a job offer, be it in priority, be it non-priority, your additional points of area are 0. But if you move to Fraser Valley, which is Mission, Abbotsford, Chilliwack, you get 5 extra points.
Okay.
And any other part of the BC, out of these two, Metro Vancouver and Fraser Valley, you get 15 extra points. And just for the job offer. And it's easier to meet the cutoff scores.
Yeah. Okay. Can the experience gained during the study be counted towards BC PNP application?
That's a very good question, actually, because experience that they work like 20 hours a week, just the side jobs, those are not counted.
Okay.
But if you have internship, you have co-op in your study, and you work 1 year on that co-op full-time with an employer, and it is paid, yes, that can be counted in certain circumstances. But again, when you have co-op work experience, your file is more into, you need more of a professional advice on it before you can just hop in and apply, because internships and co-op experiences can be of all kind, and you have to make sure that this is eligible. But yes, there is a provision that makes it eligible.
What is the minimum score required for priority occupations in BC PNP?
That's another good question, because for almost many months, I would say year, it was 60 points, around 60 points for healthcare and childcare, even vet care. But recently it has increased to 70 points. It was 65 and then 70. And now I wouldn't encourage to stick to this score, because it can change. This is just, today when we're making this video, if somebody's watching it after 6, 7, 8 months, score could be different. So I don't suggest to align to this number, but yes, this is the currency. And the construction currently at 75, but again, it can change, because now more and more students and workers are gaining, those kind of certifications, and and then they're getting into this field and getting jobs and applying. Then as the numbers increase, it becomes more competitive. And you've previously asked about the certifications, and I mentioned that most of them don't need.
Yeah.
For the construction, I wanted to just add one thing. although you do not need any certification for some of the occupations, and you can work without certifications, but you have to be registered, you have to be sponsored by your employer to do apprenticeship. So
Okay.
you don't have to complete it. As long as your apprenticeship starts, you can apply.
Okay.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
so you get that registered with Trades BC, and they send you an email that yes, you're in, you are going to complete your hours on the site, and eventually you'll get the license. PNP just want to see that promise, you know.
Yeah.
They don't want to see the license yet, but that promise.
Okay. Could you explain the BC PNP Health Authority? And is it the same as the healthcare priority stream?
Yes, that's my favorite question.
Okay, great.
Because health authority is very different from healthcare.
Okay.
Surprisingly, even you know the name is so close.
Yeah.
So health authority is specifically designed for the 5 health authorities of BC. So I'm going to name them: the Island Health Authority, Vancouver Island Health Authority, Vancouver Health Authority, I think also called Provident Health Authority, Fraser Valley Health Authority, which is, so I'm gonna just say out the bigger cities around them. So for example, Vancouver Island Health Authority, Victoria and the entire island, and I know all that. Provident Health Authority, of course, Vancouver and Metro Vancouver area. Fraser Valley Health Authority, Surrey, Langley, all that, Abbotsford. And then Interior Health Authority. So it's the Kamloops, Kelowna, main cities, and Northern British Columbia Health Authority.
Okay.
So this is public sector I'm talking about. So Northern British Columbia Health Authority, Prince George. So these are the bigger cities that I just named, but there are smaller towns and countrysides that are included.
Yeah.
So these 5 health authorities, I'm talking about public sector. So if you get any job offer, and it's not about priority occupations. So here is the major difference. So if you get any job in this health authority, in these health authorities, and that is 30 hours per week and permanent, you can apply directly. No cut-off score, no 60 points, no 70 points, nothing.
Amazing.
There is no drop. It's just you get that job offer and you go ahead and apply. And I think this is one of the best programs in BC right now. And I also want to highlight, as the name suggests, health authority. So for like healthcare, everybody thinks, oh, you have to be either a nurse or you have to be, pharmacy assistant or something. No. You can be cook, you can be cleaner, you can be a laundry person, a patient server, patient attendant, security guard. You can be anything with that hospital.
Yeah.
But you have to make sure you get a paycheck from the hospital, not like a third party.
Okay.
For example, you or I, we make up a company and we say, oh, we provide security guards, and then the hospital hires our company.
Yes, exactly.
And then we place our security guard in the hospital, but we provide a paycheck to the security guard as a third party. That's not eligible. But as long as you're hired directly by the health authority and your paycheck comes from health authority, just apply.
Wow.
Don't wait. And you can apply on the first paycheck.
Yeah. Wow.
That is also possible in the international graduate stream in priority occupations, even non-priority if you meet the score, right?
Yeah.
But it's very hard to sometimes meet the score.
Yeah.
Here, no score. No, you just take it and you apply. Yes, and it can be under BC PNP Express Entry, non-Express Entry, everything.
Okay. Could you give an overview of the BC PNP entry-level semi-skilled stream?
Yes, so the BC PNP entry-level semi-skilled stream is a little bit of hidden stream of PNP. It is for workers tier 4 and 5. Like tier 0, 1, 2, 3, they're eligible to the skilled worker category. And tier 4, 5, they can apply into the entry level. But all tier 4, 5 workers are not eligible into the entry-level semi-skilled. There is a list of workers that is available on PNP website, our website, everywhere where you can check which are eligible. And also, even if you're an international graduate, let's say you were an international student in Canada, was graduated, and as I talked about international graduate stream where you do not need any experience. Unfortunately, in the semi-skilled stream, you would need experience, and it is 9 months. So it has to be 9 consecutive months with the same employer at the same job that you're applying. And all tier 4, 5 jobs are not eligible around BC, as I said. But if you go to the northeastern development region of British Columbia, which is the Fort St. John and Charlie Lake and all that, there it can be any tier 4 5.
Okay.
But you must be working consecutively 9 months without any gap. So sometimes my clients ask me, I went to home country for a wedding or family thing or something for 3-4 months. And I just, there was a big gap in my job. I'm not saying if you're away for like 3-4 weeks, that's fine.
Yeah.
But then unfortunately, in most cases, they need to start at 9 months again.
Oh.
Yeah, as long as there is a justification that we can provide the unavoidable break, but mostly they have to start those consecutive 9 months again.
Yeah.
Again, the cutoff scores are still a little bit higher for entry level that they were seen in the previous years as they're high for most streams due to the competition apart from the priority streams.
Yeah.
So the 9 months experience sometimes doesn't give you enough points to get invited.
Oh.
You'll be eligible to go into the pool. So in those cases, we recommend you use the previous experience or you wait for 1 year. But you will get points for previous experience only if it is in the same NOC. But that can be from different employers.
Yeah.
So if you're a server currently with one restaurant and you work 9 consecutive months with that particular restaurant, you're eligible to apply. But if you want extra points, it has to be 1 year of experience and you have previous 6 months of experience as a server from another restaurant, that will count as one.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. Could you explain the differences between BCPNP Express and non-Express categories?
So BCPNP Express Entry is something, as the name suggests, it's connected to the Federal Express Entry stream, which the major difference is the timeline actually.
Okay.
BCPNP Express Entry is faster and BCPNP non-Express Entry takes a little bit longer. It used to be called as paper application because it was done through the paper package, but from 2022 everything went online.
Yeah.
So you could still do it online from permanent residency portal, but that's a major difference.
Okay.
Most of the requirements that we talked for PNP remains the same. Apart that if you are doing PNP Express Entry for the faster track permanent residency, points and everything for PNP stays the same. But then you have to be eligible into one of the express programs, which is either Federal Skilled Worker, Canadian Experience Class, Federal Skilled Trades program, right? Now, if you're getting a job offer in BC in certain occupation, you're a nurse here, you're let's say pharmacy assistant here, you're a food service supervisor here, that's your job offer here in BC.
Yeah.
But your previous 1 year or 2 year experience, whatever qualifies you for the Federal Express Entry, can be in another occupation, can be from another province, and it can also be from another country.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
So it doesn't have to be the similar experience or in Canada, but you must be eligible into one of the categories of Express Entry.
Gotcha.
And for Health Authority, if you're working in Tier 4, 5 in Health Authority, that public hospital thing. So for example, you are working as a security guard in the hospital and then you have 5 years of experience back home as a teacher, you still cannot apply the Express Entry BCPN. It has to go through the semi-skilled.
Yeah.
Because your job offer with Health Authority is semi-skilled and most of the semi-skilled job offer has to go through the non-Express Entry route.
Yeah.
It cannot go through the Express Entry.
Okay. Can I change my job or get the same job from a different employer after my PNP approval?
That's a very interesting question. And this is every time we get a PNP approved, client is very happy, over the moon. They give us a call. We've passed this phase and all. And then after a couple days, I don't know, their brains start to work faster. And they give us a call back. What if I change my job now?
Yeah.
What if I go back to Ontario? What if I do? See, you've committed to British Columbia that you're gonna stay here, and that's the truth. So that's one thing. You cannot just change jobs or provinces right away after your PNP is approved.
Yeah, makes sense.
You can change the job, however, but as long as you stay under the conditions that you've initially promised.
Okay.
So if you've applied as a semi-skilled, you must stay in that semi-skilled eligible occupations. You cannot just go into really different occupation that is not even eligible anywhere in PNP.
Yeah.
So if you're staying within the norms of whatever initially promised, you're fine. you're fine. And then you have to inform us or whoever your consultant is, or if you apply directly, you have to inform directly to PNP, and we must fill the forms, and we must get all the forms from new employer. So if you don't have to, then don't change it.
Yeah.
So like simple. Yeah.
Okay. What's the difference between a skilled worker and an international graduate?
So that's the first thing we've talked initially. The skilled worker requires 2 years of experience.
Yes.
Any skilled experience, and international graduate is the graduates from Canada, from within Canada, from eligible program and eligible school, where they can apply without any experience if they meet the cutoff scores. That's the major difference. Require experience and don't. The only difference, only another difference is that for international graduates, if they're working as a managers, then they must have 2 years of experience.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be the same management job.
Yeah.
It couldn't be the different NOC. Basically, if they are working as manager, they must meet the requirements of skilled workers to apply.
Okay.
They cannot apply in international graduates as managers.
Yeah.
Other jobs they can.
Okay, amazing.
Please note that starting January 2025, PCPNP will be bringing changes to its graduate streams. The major change would be international students who would complete diploma and certificate programs in Canada will no longer be eligible for these new graduate streams. International students who will be diploma and certificate holders will only qualify for skilled worker. They could also be qualified for other streams like health authority and semi-skilled, but they won't qualify for the graduate stream anymore, where currently a fresh graduate, even from the diploma and certificate holder, can apply into BCPNP International Graduate Stream without experience. So that stream will close. It will be replaced with bachelor stream, master stream, and doctorate stream, and it will come into effect starting January 2025. Bachelor stream would require an indeterminate full-time job offer. It will be for the graduates from the eligible bachelor programs from Canada. Master stream would require at least 1 year full-time job offer, and doctorate stream would not require any job offer. In addition to that, BCPNP is also looking to update language levels program-wide. Like they'll make this change for most of the programs apart from health authority stream, where the language levels has already been adjusted. BCPNP is currently targeting for CLB 8 for most of the streams. Please note, as I mentioned above, the students from diploma and certificate program won't be eligible for graduate streams, but they will still be eligible for the other streams of PCPNP. Thank you.
Well, I think that's all of the questions I have today. But thank you so much for being here, Manpreet.
And thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
It was so fun to talk about all this.
Yeah, and I hope all of the questions were answered. And yeah, thank you again. Thanks.